Morning, everybody. Pappy's Vlog here, Thursday, October 19th. I can't tell if it's a beautiful day. I know it's a little chilly because it's still dark out. 6:15 a.m. on the East Coast here. What's happening, everybody? You guys have a nice night? These guys sleep good? How's up bright and early? Oh, this thing's dark. That's better. I'm always up bright and early. 4:30. I can't sleep a little later than 4:30. Even when I watch Raj till 2:30, 2 hours sleep. Um, 2 hours sleep. So that's all I basically get. 2, 3 hours, 4 hours sometimes. I might in the afternoon take a small little nap. You know, for an hour or so. You know, but I'm up relatively early. You know, I can't sleep late. You waste your day. You sleep late. You know, unless you're working third shift. I worked third shift all my life. I worked midnight till 4 in the afternoon. All my life. I was a newspaper, magazine distributor, wholesale distributor from Cape Cod and southeastern Massachusetts here. So I did that ever since I got out of high school. Did that for years. My whole family worked there, my uncles. And, I think my father worked there one time, years and years ago. We delivered the Globe, the New York Times, the Boston Herald, Daily News, New York Post, Wall Street, USA. Matter of fact, I was the first driver in 1983 to pick up the USA's. The first edition that came out, it was 25 cents cover price. USA Today. First driver on the northeast here. I mean, southeastern Massachusetts, up in the northeast here. You know, for our company. 1983. But we also delivered. We also delivered all the magazines, Women's Day, Family Circle, Glam, all the car and driver, Fortune magazine, Entrepreneur, you know, you name it. We delivered all the comics, you know, all DC comics, and we delivered all the. We also delivered baseball cards and Cabbage Patch Kids and Garbage Pail Kids and all the stickers and everything we delivered. We were a full wholesale distributor. Our biggest time was the summertime with all the tourists. New York Times. New York Times was at one time was the one of the biggest papers in the United States, along the with the Washington Post and the Boston Globe, I think. But there was 5 parts to the New York Times. It used to be the magazine section. Used to go out on a Friday. This is how big the paper was. For a Sunday, we'd go out. Would be about that thick. Size of a phone book. But it was a arts and leisure section on it with the magazine section. And then on a Sunday, the 18-wheeler would come down to our place down over here. And they'd have 4 parts to the paper. Used to be the main sections. They were probably in 80s. It should be the extra main section. Sports and the finance. 4 sections in different totals. And I had the Brewster route back then. I used to go 6A. If you ever visited the Cape, 6A, all the way to Brewster from Wareham. And I had over 5,000 New York Times. in all those sections. You had to keep them separated, and some stores got like 100, 125, 118 different amounts. You had to count out 118 on one pot, 118 on another, 118 on another, 118, and they'd put them together. The stores would put them together. You know, they take their advanced section that they had Friday, they had in the back room, bring that out Sunday morning with those other 4 pots that I brought in, and they'd stop putting them together. So that paper was like that thick by the time and you actually had people waiting. You had tons of people waiting. All the tourists, New York Times, all the news that's fit to print, was your best paper in the world at one time. Shipped all over the world. You know. Now the New York Times owns the. Now the Boston Globe. They sold their part of the Globe to John Henry of the Boston Red Sox. John Henry was a soybean producer up in Chicago, and he bought the Red Sox with Lucchino and Tom Werner, who was a producer for the Laverne Shirley, and also they own Roush Racing. They own Roush, and they own the United Soccer in England. And he's into buying. He sold that property where the Boston Globe is. That's prime real estate, and they're building over here in the southeast in Taunton, Mass. It's going to be their headquarters, but that's going to be yachts, and it's going to be. I heard it's going to be a casino right on the water. I don't know if that's the one he sold to Wynn, but Wynn Casino is going in either Revere or Quincy, but I think it's going in Quincy where the Boston Globe is. It's right on the water, easy access for yachts yeah, I did that all my life, So I was a glorified paper boy. So you know, that guy can make fun of it, but I sent my both kids through college and you know, and stuff like that, and they both have you know, tremendous jobs, you know, in the medical field. As for me, I'm just a glorified paper boy. That's it. And then, you know, got disabled later in life, family illness. My mother, all my sisters, my brothers all had muscular dystrophy, and I got it later in life. Slow progressive form, the CMT. But my grandfather originally had it. My mother's father, back in the 20s and 30s, he owned a farm up in Owensboro, Kentucky, and he used to fall a lot. My mother said he'd get back up on a tractor, plow the fields, but they never even never really knew what it was, you know. So the kids got older, they had problems, but my uncles, they didn't stop them from going in the service back in World War II. World War One, they went in. They weren't. They could do some. You know what I mean? They weren't really. Like I said, it's a slow progressive kind. Then my mother, she got married to a man from Kentucky and had two children, which were my brother and my sister, stepbrother and sister. They both passed. They both had the disease. My father was stationed in Nome, Alaska, in the Korean War. No, it was a World War II. World War II. Yeah, he was the first cook, and he was my mother. They were pen pals, and that's how they met, and that's how we ended up moving to the Northeast. Well, I wasn't even thought of, but yeah, all my sisters. I had a sister pass in her sleep from this disease. I had Another sister died. Her lungs just collapsed. Matter of fact, my mother was on a trach for 2 years. That's the worst way. Don't ever want to go on that. It's just inevitably prolonging the suffering. You're a vegetable. You aspirate on everything. You can't eat. You have a G and a J tube in you, and it's not nice. So I have one sister left who has a half a foot cut off, and she also has a rod in her back from scoliosis. Scoliosis is associated with this. I have some nephews and nieces that have it. One of my nephews down in North Carolina, and my niece. And I have numerous first and second cousins, because my mother had 7 brothers and sisters. First and second cousins with the disease. So when I started falling a lot when I was working, I fall out of my truck, my step van. Just weak legs, and just started falling. And I said, that's it. I tried, kept going, but I had knee operations. I had contusions on my knees. I had ACLs gone from falling. I had I had everything. I had water on the knees. I couldn't, my legs are just gone, yeah, that's enough about me already. But yeah, I was watching some all-night slots this morning. Told you guys those 3 channels that I like: Craig Slots, Jimbo Slots, Jimbo Casino, Craig Slots, Jimbo Casino, and Chipmunks. CHIPMONKZ. If you guys ever go on Chipmunks or any of those channels, tell them you're from the United States, that Pappy recommended you. Real good guys. That's about the only 3 I like. I mean, some of the other ones in the UK, they won't even communicate with you, so I don't know. Yeah, so I guess they the Yanks, a lot of them don't like the Yanks, the old Paul Revere days. If you guys haven't been to Boston, Paul Revere's house. One is by land, 2 is by sea. But yeah, I'm just wondering how you guys made out last night if you went to your locals. I hope you guys did well. You didn't stuff the turkeys, Michelle, Sherry, Joanne, Emily, Chris, the Raj. I know the Raj didn't go up. It was boys with hockey. That hits deep in my heart. Really, I love parenting, and I love to see good parents. Really, that's my pet peeve. Is I cannot stand a parent that doesn't. First of all, I cannot stand a parent that doesn't acknowledge their children. If they're going ma, dad, and the parent just doesn't acknowledge. That's how we learn. They learn. They learn through the parents. That's what's instilled in them. You know what I'm saying? That's how they learn. And like I said, my pet peeve is when a parent just neglects their children, and there's tons of people all over the world that do that, and some parents can't even have children that are adorable parents. Whether they're straight, gay, there's some of the best parents in the world are gay. But yeah, that was about it, guys. Like I said, I went on last night. I was at my grandson's. I was hoarse. I was hoarse, you know. And then we come home, and then we open our. We got a sun deck, and we hear a noise. Now there's no animal in there. We put boxes and stuff in there. So my pit bull runs in there. Now in the past we've had problems. We live right next to an airport, and they're digging up the airport, extending it. And we've had problems with, we'd get a couple of rats or two. So my wife set down traps, sticky, the sticky ones, and so we have a rat on a sticky pad. So the pit bull goes in there. Now, they're getting in from a floor that was put in years and years ago, and it's a little crack in the corner. And matter of fact, we patched it up last night. So the pit bull gets in and he wants to tear the rat up. Big size rat. He's hoovering over the rat, and the poor rat is squealing like, "This is it. I'm gone." So he takes a shovel. He gets a shovel. My son takes it in the backyard and gives it a whole heave. Say, if it can get out of there, it survives. Good luck. You know, we're not gonna bat it over the head or anything like that. The poor thing was crying. You know, but I'm not a fan of any rodents like that. So my wife's looking out the window. It gets out. Those stick pads, she sees a stick pad going across the yard. It's, you know, it's got a big clump of hair, but the rat got loose, and I hope it don't come back, but we blocked the hole, you know. But if I would have told my pit bull, kill it, it would have killed it. You know, she's only 5, and she's still, you know, she's still relatively young. And now we have 4 cats. They're going crazy. You get that scent now. They want in there. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna put the couple of cats in there that are good hunters. We got good, because they go out in the summer. They bring back birds, mice. We're gonna put them in there to make sure that son of a bitch doesn't come back. You know. So that's what we came home to. Hey, it happens. What are you gonna do? You know, anybody that has property or whatever, you know, and you know, near where they're digging up, and you know, like I said, I live right back of an airport, so, and they're extending it, and we never had problems before, but since they've started digging, we get one here periodically, you know. So, you guys been to the casinos last night? I wonder how you guys made out. Let me know. You know, I'm just curious. You know. All right, guys. I'll let you go. You know, and I get up this early, and then I watch the UK channels, and when they go off, it's I watch the news for a few hours. So. We went up with the Raj. What's his plans for the weekend? I'm sure he'll let us know anyways. Oh, Holly does slots. Good luck, Holly, tomorrow. Oh, today is Diddy. Matt Diddy, he goes on today. San Manuel, I'm sorry. He goes on today. But Holly, I think she reached her total, so she's all set. It's nothing but, you know, high, you know, the moon now for Holly. Nice lady, very, very pretty lady. Jojo, Jennifer, Craig from UK, I presume. Um, Jimbo Casino, what's up, Jimbo? Craig Slots. I told you, Craig, if you want to have luck in the UK, they say Pappy 3 times. Pappy, Pappy, Pappy. You'll do all right. And Chipmunks. Who else am I missing there? Oh, Brian, I'm glad your dog's feeling a little better. Really, that was weighing heavily on my mind. You know, I don't like to see any sick people or sick animals. I know it's a part of life, and inevitably we all have to go. But it's just yeah, I just don't like that. I can't even watch a movie that's sad, like Molly and Me and with the golden retriever. I can't. I just don't like sad endings. I don't like sad. I like comedy movies. I like, you know, something decent. You know, I like watching. You know, believe it or not, my wife and I watch the Hallmark Channel. You know, around Christmas. It's, as a matter of fact, they're on now. I like happy endings. I don't like sad endings. Fiction stuff. Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's not base reality. You know. So, but anyways. Alright guys, I'll let you go. I might put up a video after, because me and the wife are probably going out after. I might do a video or something. My grandson comes today, my Bubba. Like I said, I was my grandson at the football game last night, my granddaughter. He's a good little player, my grandson. I call him Boo. His name's Noah, but I call him Boo. I nicknamed all my grandchildren. My grandson is Boo. My granddaughter, her name's Madison. Maddie, I call her Pie. And my other grandson is Zachary, and it's Bubba. So, and they acknowledge when they come in here. You know, I'll say Boo, and yes, Pappy, Pie, Bubba, and they all acknowledge, you know. So, all right, guys, I'll let you go. Happy Thursday, and you guys have a blessed day, and God bless everybody. Pappy loves you all. Don't stuff the turkey. Bye now. Oh, one more thing. Thank you, Emily. Not Emily, Kelly, subscribing to my channel. Thank you, Kelly. It means a lot to me. Thank you very much. Bye.